Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, my friends. This is, of course, the one and the only MRC show that never ends. We're here in the Hungaroring for your Tier 0 action, your final and fifth race of the MRC week. Here, round 8 of season 17. And we have got beautiful sunny conditions here in qualifying. Bit of a relief to, I'm sure, all of the drivers this evening. But before we get into qualifying itself, it is an absolute pleasure to once again welcome alongside me. I think we did this a few weeks ago, but he's back alongside me once again. Former teammate and, of course, the other half of the M&M duo. It is Mr. Dennison himself, the Lion King Roars. Good evening, my friend. How are you?
Good evening, my friend. Not too bad today. Looking forward to this. I always like Tier 0. Always good action and keeps the comms going.
Absolutely, doesn't it just? I know I was the same, to be fair. I mean, here, fifth race this season. You had a decent race, good points on Wednesday evening, yesterday evening, and I just about scored some points on Monday evening, which was a nice change, I think, for us. But, you know, we've got this beautiful sunshine in qualifying, and Mr. Hills has already put into the chat, which is great to see, that he has been riding in Snowdonia this evening, which is lovely. It's nice for some. On the rig, no warm-up, and it is going to rain.
Sounds like the Tier 3 race. We had nice sunny qualifying, intermediates in the race, all race.
Yeah, but it's one of those tracks, because it is, as they call this track, the Monaco without the barriers, that you do tend to run a very high downforce setup, so it's sort of, there's not a great deal of difference. I think you change a few little settings, suspension, ride height a little bit, but the wings are going to be quite high anyway, aren't they?
Maybe that's what I missed last night, because I was burning my rear tyres up. Something crazy, it was like 5% a lap, if not more.
Wow, that is a lot. Yeah, that's huge.
I'm normally not too bad on tyre wear, but I couldn't keep it under control last night. Wow. Maybe I should have swapped me set up a little bit.
Yeah, that's the strange one. I mean, the tyre pressures play a key role around here, don't they? It is quite high, mainly on the left-hand side of the tyres, because the faster corners, with it being a clockwise circuit, the faster corners and the majority of corners are right-handers, which do stress the left-hand side tyres a little bit more. But it seems to be that the sort of go-off I found that actually went off quite balanced, to be fair. But the rears, when they go, it's tough, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. You just slide on every corner, especially in the wet. You brake for the corner and all of a sudden the back end just kicks out on you. It's like, kill me now.
It is a little bit, doesn't it? I know I saw, unfortunately I don't get a chance to really see Wednesday evenings due to other commitments, but I saw a little bit last night, and there was a few drivers doing the same thing, with that sliding a lot sideways into a couple of the braking zones. And I mean, of course, if it is going to be rain, we don't know how wet it's going to be, if it's going to be those inters that you talk about, or the full wet. It's going to be an interesting one to see how the drivers are set up for it.
Full wets is even worse. The last time I raced this track in full wets was season 8.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
And that was a really interesting race. It's the one with the famous Gav rant, if you remember that.
Oh, there's been many.
You'll know which one I mean if I send you the video.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure I will. I mean, I did. I think it was one of my first trips to Tier 1. The first race of the season was here, and it was wet. And I think I had a half decent race. I think I started well, and then it probably went south, as it usually does for me. But Martin's actually given us another update. He said it's going to be tricky to know which tweaks to make to his setup, because the forecast is saying that it's 23% chance early on, 40% later, and then a 60% chance towards the end. Now that's as it stands if we went straight away. Don't forget we have that 5-minute break on the grid, and that does help bring across that weather forecast, doesn't it? That sort of bit at the end brings it into play quite a bit more than what it would usually be.
Yeah, I have noticed a lot of things factor in more with this game compared to the previous editions.
Yeah.
And your setup really does matter in the wet, as I found out last night to my detriment. Them tweaks that you tend to make really matter. Well, normally I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
I used to just go, oh, well, I'm running high wings anyway, it'll be fine, especially intermediates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out completely different last night.
Yeah, Intus you could sort of get away with a sort of dry setup, couldn't you? Especially if it went dry to those Inters, you could sort of get away with it with the higher wings. But as this game's, you sort of need a little bit more ride height to clear it because of the ground effect. And the suspension, just the whole handling and the differential settings are the key one, aren't they? To open that up a little bit more.
Yeah, what a lesson learned.
Absolutely, absolutely. Already we're 6 minutes in, and Calvin with a 16.1 banker, just ahead of Friddy on a 16.29, and then a tenth ahead of Ant. Rassam with a good lap as well in fourth, ahead of Kaiser. Yeah. So there's some good times and quite close as well. As Nels now puts it in there, and who was that? That's Mamudev as well at 16.2 on the other Haas. So the lap times are coming thick and fast, and really good and competitive laps.
Yeah, some interesting ones going on.
Yeah.
Interesting facts for you.
Okay.
This track's been on the calendar since 1986. The first wet race was 2006. It's not one that tends to see wet here.
Wow, no, it doesn't. That's interesting.
The only two I recall, there may be another one. 2006, I think Button won that one.
I was going to say it was on his first victory.
And the Bottas Berlin in 2021.
Oh yeah. And then it was wet towards the grid, and when Verstappen ditched it, didn't he?
2020 was it?
Oh, that's a good call. I'm not sure. It might be.
COVID
and then,
year.
Yes, Blanks in the chat. Good evening. Yeah, 2021. He said, and the famous Hamilton on the grid on alone. Yeah, because it was start inters, then everyone went to the dries, didn't they? And he was on the grid on his own.
Yeah. Everyone else was in the pit lane. He was taking the start for himself.
I know, that was just so strange.
Esteban Ocon won the race after Fernando Alonso was the Minister of Defence.
He was. Yeah, he certainly was. That was, let's just say, a very interesting race. Ant, actually, just looking back to this, Ant's done a cool-down lap and then a fast lap and has improved to a 16.1. Now, I tried this on Monday with a cool-down and a fast lap again. And I found about 0.4 of a second. I made a slight error myself. It wasn't the tyres this time, it was actually just a me thing. In the final corner or two, and I lost about a tenth. So I did improve by about 0.4 or so. And yeah, it can be done round here. It's surprising because you can recharge the battery that little bit. And I think the battery is kind of one of those points in this track that we see a lot of videos, we see a lot of people sort of backing it down to medium again because it doesn't give you the drive that you expect and want in hot lap around here, and it seems to work quite well.
Yeah, I found that my second run was always better than my first.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I ended up with a disconnect, so I'd never actually got my final run, but I'd done 2 runs. First time I didn't take enough fuel, my own fault, but I was improving. But I had to jump in the pits because I didn't have enough fuel. Second time I fueled up enough. Did one good lap, obviously doing the thing now where you don't bother with hot lap, you just use the ERS.
Yeah.
And because it's a short lap and there's not a lot of zones you can really use it gave me enough to start again. And because of the heavy braking, you can do 2 laps on one ERS fuel, and the second lap always seems to be quicker.
It does, doesn't it? And actually Blanks just put that in. He said that the double out laps are sort of the best on this game because of the fuel load. One thing I sort of don't like, and I know it was in the last couple of games and it is in here, that once you cross the line, it goes from lean to standard automatically, and you can't drop it back down again. So that's one part I'm not a big fan of personally.
That's been in the games for years though, hasn't it?
It has. I think that's when we had the sort of standard, we had the lean, standard and hot lap for fuel, didn't we? The max fuel that you use for quali.
I think the last time you used to be able to change it a lot was 2020.
Ooh, Bobo spuns from turn 2. Kept it out the wall as Calvin's got even quicker, 15.7.
Wow.
That's a great lap. great lap. Bobo's winning his first attempt. We're going to have an onboard lap shortly. Who's close to... Alright, let's have a look. Let's do an onboard lap with Nell, shall we? Currently sitting there in 10th in the Haasmobile. Just warming things up. We'll see if he goes for a hot lap. He is in hot lap mode now. Now then, rounding the final corner, trying to get the traction down. DRS wide open. One of the double DRS zone you get on this track using the overtake button. Down, heavy braking about the 100 metre board into turn 1. Avoids the inside curb nicely up to third to get the traction. DRS wide open and the overtake button once again. Lining himself up on the right hand side, braking about the 60-70 metre board. Keeps it tight round turn 2, let the car drift wide. Kicks it back for the flat out turn 3, down the hill, don't run too wide. And now the blind turn 4, the infamous turn 4, takes a lot of the inside curb, nice and neat through there. And then the brake for the long turn 5, up the hill, get the power down. And then the braking, turn 6, turn 7, bit tighter this chicane than it has been. Run it wide through turn 8, long hesitant on the throttle, same with turn 9, easy to understeer through there. Flat out, kink, turn 10, turn 11, keep that flat, he certainly does in qualifying mode through 11. Now then, the braking, final sector for turn 12, just keeps it on the track. And now turn 13, important long corners, these ones. This is where the tyres start to complain a little bit, but keeps it nice and neat through 13. How about the final corner? Hesitant, let the car run, straighten the car up, DRS activated, the short run towards the line. It is a big improvement, like 9/10 from Nels. Good lap into 8th.
And now I really feel slow looking at these qualifying times.
Yeah, so do I. I can't actually remember what I did on Monday, to be honest. I know I beat my time trial time by quite a margin. And I don't know how or why I managed to. So I think I was about the... I don't know. I think I was in the 16s. But I can't remember what. I can't remember what I did. Friddy, 15.6 now. These times are coming quick, and I think with this tack ramping up, look at that 15.8 now from Mamudev. We're going to keep our eye on Antu's coming across the line now. It's a short improvement. Oh, you can bail on his lap, I think. Made a mistake somewhere.
Got a little bit held up by another car by the looks of it.
Yeah, I did see that Aston Martin there. I don't know if that was Loppy or GTS.
GTS.
That's a shame. Oh yeah, Loppy's in the pits. Bobo has now set a lap time. He is a 16.3. Saviour just behind him. I mean, that battle we got Calvin. I mean, that top 7. Even Rassam, I don't want to dispute Rassam. That top 8 is a scary top 8.
It really is. I mean, personally, I'd be in about P20 at the moment, so it wouldn't really affect me. I was in the 18s, I think, in quali.
I can't remember.
Maybe 17s.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was. I honestly can't. I can't remember if I was about the 17 or 16s. I think I'll be about mid-pack. I think. But I honestly can't remember. It sort of goes into a bit of a blur after qualifying.
Let's have a quick look.
So let's have a look. Blank is in the chat. It's lovely to have you. Don't forget, everybody watching, do hit the thumbs up like button. Does help everybody. Everybody who's watching, do also get involved as well with Blank. So let's have a look. He's sitting, saying T3 boys on good laps from Nels. Yeah, it is, absolutely. So Blank was a 16.1 for pole. So yeah, he would be about the top 5, my friend. Yeah, so that's still, I mean, you can't fall off for that, can you really? When you've got the tier 1 boys doing those lap times as well.
16.4 for you.
Okay, well, that's it about mid-pack. So
you'd be around Nels.
Yeah, Nels and Kaiser, that's where... Oh, Martin goes very wide through turn 9. Easy done through there. Yeah, I thought I did, because I think I was about a 17 in time trial, I think, give or take. So I think I did improve. But it's what it is. So let's have a look. Smith. Oh.
Mine was an 18.3. That's why I feel so slow.
I mean, it's one of the... I mean, it's no secret. I have really struggled at the top associated with the 16.4 as well. Is now starting a fast lap. Yeah, I've struggled on this game. I mean, I enjoyed the beta a lot. And I've just struggled since the game came out. I don't know if it's the handling, my style, and I've just had to slowly but surely learn different setups slightly, what works, and also just my style of driving. And luckily I've had points in the last 2 races finally, and hopefully long may it continue. But yeah, I've struggled, and it's just getting there slowly. I've just been so off the pace in Tier 1, and sort of depressingly so, I'll be honest. But it's getting there, and you know, to hold a candle to some of these, to be sort of battling, I feel I should have had some better results. We were discussing one earlier, but you know, I think it'll come. And that's it. Some people have taken to this game a lot better, haven't they, than others, and that's what we always see on the game cycle, who can be that quick.
I thought I'd taken to it well, and then I got the game, started racing, and I thought, oh, maybe not.
Well, that's exactly. I thought the same thing. Yeah, Beta, I thought that's really good, and then good improvement from Sozi up to 5th, into the 15s, along with Rassam as well.
Just watching Saviour, he's just started a lap.
Let's have an
It's just at turn 2 at the moment.
Oh, Dumas Hart left the session. I don't know if you can give him an invite back in. Impossible, my friend.
Yep, should be able to.
Good stuff. So Saviour's, I think, just doing another cool lap at the moment. He's just doing, another warm-up lap. So we'll leave
he's
him.
back anyway.
Ah, good man. Good stuff. Who is going to start the lap? So Friddy has got a little bit of traffic ahead. He's got the McLaren ahead. That, I think, is Seb, just finishing his lap. Which it is. It improves to 16th, but now Friddy on his final run of the session. A few yellow flags drivers on slow laps moving out the way for others. But Friddy currently with a 10th in hand. Can he cement that pole position? Tier 0, he's having a great season, Friddy. Now one of the new tyre whisperers. He's had a few races where he's done one stops, and how on earth he's managed it, I have absolutely no idea, but he has been absolutely fantastic. Slightly down on his first sector, but that's not going to worry him. He'll know he'll be able to pick up time through this lap. He's got a clean track ahead of him, but he has invalidated though. He went wide, Rassam, as he's invalidated the pits, so he's done with Friddy invalidating that lap. I wonder if he'll be able to recharge and go again. We've got the yellow flag across the sector 3 bar, so I don't actually know how long's left, which is infuriating. But let's have a look at Calvin next in line. Pushing on to turn 3, clear track for Calvin. So he won't be able to put a little purple first sector for the man in the Williams. Throws it into turn 5. That car gripping nicely.
Oh, session over, so nobody gets another shot now.
It doesn't know, so Friddy, that mistake, that invalidation, how much has that cost him? Calvin slightly up through the first sector, battling through the mid sector at the moment, looks nice and neat. What can he do? Keeps well away from the curb. He's improved again. This could be on course for pinching that pole position from Friddy, but goes wide and has a half spin. Calvin
Saviour up to P3.
Mamadev slightly down on his time, but Calvin has half spin. He's not going to improve. What about Mamadev in the final sector? Has he got anything left in the tank? Has he got anything left in the tyres? He's going to come out the final corner. Is this going to be front row? Is it going to be pole position? He needs a monster last sector. He doesn't improve. That's 4th for him. Formula W build. He's invalidated. Jules stays 8th. What about Ant? Ant gets pulled!
Wow!
Where did that come from? Ant at the death of the 15-3 by 2.5 tenths. What a lap. Single track. Where's he? He's invalidated as well. That's qualifying. Somehow Formula W's managed to do an outlap. I don't know how. And, wow, right at the death. And steals pole position from Friddy.
Not just steals it, 2.5 tenths.
Yeah, that was...
Where did that come from?
I know. That was just about track position as well. We saw how busy it was on track. That's... Wow. What a lap that is for Ant.
I know he's good at these laps at the death of a session, but wow.
That's an incredible lap.
It came from sort of mid-pack to...
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I think it's about half a 10, 4, 5, 10. So you're sort of around, your Mamudev area, your 5th place. But to get that 4, 5, 10's one improvement. That is to find that when the pressure's on at the death. That's absolutely superb. So, and it's going to be in pole position with Friddy in second. Calvin will be in third ahead of Saviour. And we are going to go through the grid shortly. Don't forget we do have a 5-minute interval. But let's have a quick look. There it is. Ant ahead of Friddy, Calvin ahead of Saviour. Then Mamadev in 5th. Rassam, great qualifying, in 6th. Soze, another great one from him as well, in 7th. Formula W in 8th. Jules in 9th ahead of Bobo. Blanley in 10th. Nels in 11th. GTS in 12th. Then had a single track and doubles. Hornet. Smith in 15th ahead of Vitalso. Loppy in 17th ahead of Seb Mail, Vans and Dan. And for some reason Jules has left the session, so hopefully he'll get back in shortly. But wow, that was wow, what a session that was.
Well, it's definitely frantic at the end.
It certainly was, wasn't it? It really, really was. Well, it looks like it's dry so far. A bit cloudy.
Oh, boring. I wanted another tier to suffer.
I don't know. I think when we're having this interval, I think they may suffer at some point. I think it's going to come back to us. Well, to us especially.
I swear I'm cursed with the wet. Almost every race I've participated in since I returned to MRC has had some form of wet to it.
Yeah, I mean, Tier 3, well, Wednesdays especially, do seem to suffer to it a little bit more than anybody else.
Maybe I need to have a different tier.
Well, welcome back to Tier 2 and Tier 1.
I can't race them because I play darts on a Monday. Might have to be Tier 0.
Give it a go. Absolutely, my friend, absolutely. I mean...
Nothing to lose, I'm slow enough anyway.
Well, I don't know.
There's only one way up.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could be Tier 4 and have to... That's not a disrespect to Tier 4, by the way, in any way, shape or form. I mean, you could be facing Connor.
Oh, that's easy. I've beat him before.
I have to throw shade at him because he absolutely did me in on Monday night, so I have to get him back somewhere or another.
I mean, someone who's been in racing as long as he has, used to regularly score podiums in Tier 3, has gone to Tier 4. What?
Yeah, I don't think he's...
mate. Come on.
I don't think he's actually had the chance to practice, I don't think.
I think he's only raced 2 or 3 times this season anyway, so...
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not actually 100%, so... Yeah, but I mean, I think he had a decent race, I think, last night from the bits I saw.
Yeah, he got P2.
Yeah, I thought he did, yeah.
The 2 Connors got 1st and 2nd.
Ah, so he got beat by 2.0.
Yes.
Well, it is an
the
improvement.
Real Connor. We can't call Hardy the real Connor because he's never on the track.
He's going to be so mad when he starts watching this back, isn't he?
Good. He'd stuff me just as bad if he got the opportunity.
Well, he did me on Monday. I had my first run. I had quite a good first lap, and I think I was in 5th or 6th at the time. Naturally, about 16 others hadn't actually set a lap time, so that's why I was that high up. And then he said I was getting a nosebleed. He said there was something wrong. So I was like, right, so okay. I thought this is now. I'm going to have to get him back.
I never even get that opportunity because I tend to end up coming into it cold and putting my setup in at the start of the session, so I lose the first 5 minutes.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, I managed to do a lap or so, but I mean, where are we next week? Kota next week. Yeah, it's going to be a very tough track. That's one for track limits. I mean, this track as well, we saw a few people have a few invalidated laps. I mean, there's a few penalties as well for time limits. I mean, I had 6 seconds myself on Monday. I think I was in dirty air, and then one of my warnings was actually I was correcting an oversteer. So I was correcting a slide, and it gave me a track limit warning, which is great. But I think
I got 2 warnings all race.
I just got them from... I mean, one of them was a bit of lapse of concentration, turned early into turn 4, which is easily done. And
it is, yeah.
And then one, I was correcting a bit of oversteer, and it kicked me to the white line, and that gave me a warning. But it is what it is, and I think, but this track can hurt you quite a lot, and the dirty air is quite apparent here when it's, especially that middle sector, when you're following the cars, and it can really overheat the tyres, can really cause a few problems. But then, of course, next week we're in quarter, and I mean, track limits there. That first sector is such a tough sector.
Although the week after is going to be even harder because it's Imola, really tight track.
Oh, I do like that track though. That's good fun, that circuit. If you get it right,
the finale at Imola, it will be good. It's a good track, but it's not good for racing. I don't think it's too tight.
Yeah, it's sort of a hit and miss one.
And I don't really like that really long straight they've put in. I prefer the old chicane that used to be there.
Oh yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it? That was good fun.
The final corner.
Yeah, that was great fun.
Where Hakkinen famously crashed into the barrier.
You're gonna have to jog my memory that one.
Oh.
I seem to remember it, but
I can't remember which year it was.
No, I can't now. I mean, someone, I'm sure, Blank or someone in the chat is going to be able to give us the year for the Hakkinen in Imola incident. But I can't believe there's only 2 more races, 2 more weeks. That's incredible how quickly this season has gone, and we are going to call it just before, of course, the August bank holiday, and we'll have 2 weeks off with I'm sure, a mid-season break and a mid-season
1999.
Race. Okay.
I've just looked it up. He comes out of the final corner, gets a bit leery on the curb, and it pins him into the wall. Because he also crashed out at Monza that year as well.
Oh well, so just wasn't a fan of Italy at all.
Clearly not.
No.
He didn't have any. He didn't have any luck in Italy, but that was when Monza used to have the different first sector, where it was the double chicanes.
Oh, I'm going to have to look that one up.
Nowadays, turn one goes to the right with turn 2 to the left.
Yes.
It used to come up a bit more on the right hand side of the track, and it was left right, and then round.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to have to look at that one.
And I think it was the second of them 2 chicanes where he ended up in the gravel.
Oh,
and
wow.
had to retire, went off into the trees and cried.
Oh, I do remember that bit. I do remember seeing that clip. I don't remember the track. So here we are, formation lap. And only 2 drivers, interestingly, start on the hard tyres. GTS and Dan. Everybody else on the mediums. I wonder... I mean, I personally found, that the mediums started to go off about lap 8, lap 9. We started to see in Tier 1 a few pit stops around that time. And I just wonder if that's what we're going to see around this time. I wonder if we're going to see that, and that's maybe when the tyres start to go on. I wonder if that's when the rain might come, or if people are going to eke them a little bit, just a little bit later, really. Maybe turn 10, lap 10, lap 11, maybe. Whoops, there's Lance taking a different line to warm his tyres up. Interesting. Evening, Mr. Scott, Connor 2.0.
They said at the weekend, didn't they, that the 2-stop is normally the way around here, but who's going to pull the Lando Norris and make it a 1-stop?
Well, that is it, isn't it? I mean, I nearly tried that, and then I was half thinking about it. Got my first set of mediums to about lap 13, and they were just terrible. Picked for the hards, and then just caught up in an instant. And there's the 2 strategies there on screen, folks: the mediums and the hards. 1-stop is possible, maybe, if you can look after your tyres.
Lap 16 on mediums doesn't sound fun.
It's not. I got 13, it wasn't nice. I mean, I tried to go to 15, but yeah, then I had to pit early, and then I just had caught up in an instant. Nobody's real fault. Damaged my front wing, and that was about 5 laps into my hard stint. Had to take the medium 16 laps or so to the end, and it was absolutely diabolic. It was so horrible. For the last 4 laps or so, I had nothing, absolutely nothing. But we'll see what the drivers can do this evening. As Dan is on the grid, I'm going to have to cut to our pole sitter, and as we start to get the lights, here we go, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and Tier 0, let's go racing. The lights are out, and it's a good start from Man. Great start from Freddie. You can see just on the right hand side of your screen, there he is on the inside line. Everyone saving a good start as well, challenging with Calvin on the inside into turn 1. and taking the wide line. A little bit of contact with Xavier and Kelvin further back. Rassam as well, side by side with Mahmudev. Single track, good start as well. GTS on the hard tyres, difficult start for him, but a lot of drivers side by side. Calvin now on the inside, Xavier still hanging it there. They're so close side by side. So is Formula and Rassam once again. Formula, what a great start from him. Up 3 places in the other cash app, but everyone seems to be clean away. And Bobo good start, battling side by side through turn 5 as well with Soze. That's going to be close as we come into the chicane. Still side by side, no one's letting go of that one. Oh, that's a kick from Bobo. Jules is through.
The best start goes to Lorpe. He's up 4 positions.
He is, isn't he? Yeah, that was a heck of a start, wasn't it? Just kept his nose clean and got a great launch. But yeah, there's quite a few drivers there just sort of holding position. Mahmudev Case are down 2 and 1 each from Formula W. Rassam managed to hold position. Single track up 2, Nels down 1. But yeah, GTS, he's on the hard tyres though, so difficult off the line. Just, I think he'll be tiptoeing, won't he, from there?
I think he will a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's good to see the alternative strategy come in. You just hope you don't get safety cars too early, because then you've ruined your hards already.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right there, aren't you? 100%. Now then, and just about a second over the line. DRS is enabled because it's a double DRS. You don't get it through turn 1 to turn 2. But Friddy, everyone, actually apart from Seb now, is in DRS of one another. But look at the V-Carbs, look at Formula having a run on Xavier. Gets through. Formula's flying.
How well can he hold his tyres though? He seems to be really aggressive on them.
I was just about to say that. It looked like he really flicked that car into turn 5, and well, if you've seen it, that's, you don't want to be smoother than that if you can, and that's interesting. I mean, if you're doing a 2-stop, you can, well, I suppose you can be a little bit more aggressive on them, but you don't really want to be Friddy. I said about that dirty air. Oh, that was Xavier, very wide. So 11, and he's lost a place. He's lost 2 places. Xavier within the dirty air makes a mistake, and Rassam Mahmudev now through. But 1.5 seconds already, the gap up front. So Ant in a clean air, really making tracks.
Oh, he needs to keep out the DRS.
Yeah, he does, and sets fast a slapper with it, and he's definitely got well ahead. 1.7 already, the gap. But look at Calvin on the charge into turn 1. First time use of the DRS. And he gets through. He's going to have it once more as well in the run to turn 2. 2 seconds now, the gap. Friddy not comfortable in race fuel mode at the moment, but there's a lot that's going to happen this race.
It always does in Tier 0. That's why I actually like commentating 0.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
It's always action-packed and it keeps it going. Your laps just disappear.
They do, don't they? They do in comms. They don't when you're racing it. Trust me, I was on my own for half of the race after a few.
Oh, I think Single Track's had an issue. He's lost a couple of spots there.
Let's have a quick look down to the Williams man. He seems to be okay. Maybe just went a little bit wide, made a mistake. Oh, look at GTS having a little look. Oh, that's not into turn 9. He can't really make a move through there. Had to back out of it, but he is all over the back of Single Track. He doesn't have damage, but I wonder if he just feels something a bit different, if he's overheating his tyres a little bit.
It's possible. I think he's probably just had a kick at the back end and it's just allowed people to go, yep, thank you very much. He's just lost another one to Drag King.
He has, yeah, and dragging into the second, that's from ultimate corner, that's a heck of a move. Blank, yes, there are 2 people on hard. There is GTS, you can see the white band, and Dan as well in 20th, and the Ferrari are on the hard tyres. They are the only 2. Everybody else is on the medium tyres. Thomas Hornet is having a look and going to line up the Aston of Loppy into turn 1, takes the inside line, backs it in almost. Loppy trying to hold it around the outside, that's a little bit close, folks. There was a little bit of a touch. DRS, but Loppy's on the inside line. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? You can go the long way round. And he's trying it, Tomasonic. Chris is trying it, gets the power down and makes the move. Well held. Oh, Loppy's lost it. That's big damage, lost a front wing. Loppy on the throttle, dirty end. That's a safety car, is out. And I don't think Loppy's actually out of the session, just a lot of damage
he's
there.
Not, he's moving.
Yeah, but safety car's called. So,
I wonder what's going on with Single Tracks. He's losing position over position.
Yeah. Yeah, now he's down 2. I mean, he had a good start, but now down 2 places, yeah.
So he's lost 4 or 5 in the last few laps. Because I just saw him get overtaken by Smith.
Yeah, just before the safety car came out. So I wonder if he did just do something that would overheat, like you say, overheat those tyres. Now, interestingly, our leader, Ant, is pitting already.
Okay, that's brave.
So the top three, and Formula, Mamodev as well, Rassam pitting, Xavier pitting, Jules pitting. Wow, Bobo's the first one to stay out in ninth. There wasn't anybody ahead. I'm interested in Xavier because he's not that far away from... Where is Xavier? Come on, there he is. There he is. Just see if he gets held up in the pit box, because his teammate's there. He does get held. Because Formula W was in. So Xavier's going to lose a few places in that. I'm just going to leave this because there's a lot of people pitting here. But naturally, GTS has...
chaos.
It is absolute chaos. So let's go to these tyres now, because...
Martin's getting a wing.
Oh, right, okay. I mean, it didn't look like damage. I wonder if that was that damage that you don't see.
It would explain why he was struggling so much.
Yeah, and this has probably helped him. I mean, everybody has pitted for the hard. Dan was a bit further back, so he stayed out. Vitalso stayed out. Smith stayed out. So Ant's now in 5th after pitting.
He's probably still the de facto leader, though.
Yeah, I mean, GTS... You're right about that safety car. You can hurt your hard tyres. If you've set the harder tyre compounds, you've got 2 hards to go and you've got 30 laps on them, so 15 each is doable on the hard tyres. I think it's now brought that into a 2-stop strategy, hasn't it now?
I think so, yeah. You're not going to get the hards to the end from here.
No, you're not, are you? But we did hear about the potential of rain. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And I think if we have the dry race, it is now a 2-stop for Mott. But he's only done the 4 laps on the hard tyres. So he could, in theory, if needs be towards the end, go back to them for a couple of laps. And there won't be too bad, but we also know that the warm-up for the mediums is horrible.
That's true, yeah. So it's just... I don't know how it's going to play out. Obviously, I haven't had enough laps to know.
Yeah, it's...
And all my racing laps were in damp conditions. Or, as we would say for Simon, moist.
I know he's busy working tonight, but I'm sure when he watches this back, he'll love us for that.
He'll be doing the little white cat.
Oh, I can hear it. Yeah, I can actually hear him doing it now, to be honest. I really can.
I actually forgot to get that one in when I met up with him.
Oh, as if. I know you and Mr. Bailey met up, didn't you? The 3 of you the other week, which was brilliant. Love that.
I wasn't feeling very well, though. I'd had a very rough night the night before.
Oh, well, nothing a few
so
beers can't
I
fix.
really wasn't myself. I wasn't even drinking alcohol.
Oh, you need to take a leaf out of my book, my friend.
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't end well. I didn't touch alcohol for nearly a week.
Wow. I need to take a leaf out of your book in that case.
And even now, I'm not having them very often. Although I've got one tonight.
Yeah, I'm on a beer tonight. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a stressful day, so I need it more than anything. So everybody in the YouTube chat, evening blank, Connor, hope you're enjoying the race so far. Please do, as I say, there's only 6 likes so far. One of them's me. So please do hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. All 14 of you watching, please do get involved in the YouTube chat because the safety car is coming in this lap. Bobo is started from 10th. He is now the de facto safety car, has not pitted. As you can see on the left hand side of your screens, the top 4 chose not to pit this early under the safety car conditions and has pit, and he was the leader. So when does our leader decide to go the safety car in the final corner as it finds its way to the pit lane? Soze in the Ferrari behind the Alpine, just keeping a close eye on it. When does the hammer drop? There it is from Bobo. Soze saw it. Nels a little bit further back, but everyone's going to be using all of their battery to get themselves to the top speed to not lose any places. And we've got a little bit of a move and shake up. Oh, Soze very twitchy on the rear under braking. that Ferrari was not happy. We've had a few movers and shakers as well further back. I think... Ooh, who have you seen? So Dan's been caught up in a few little bits of action as well. Oh no, who's that? That's Calvin. Calvin is round.
Oh,
The
no.
man who was in second before the safety car came in. I don't know if he got a tap. That was about 3 abreast, wasn't it, going into turn 2? That never ends well.
No, it doesn't. Turn 1 you can get away with it, turn 2 not so much.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Calvin, especially after he's pit as well. Now he finds himself behind a lot of other drivers who have pitted. So that's going to be a tall order for Calvin to get back through the field. But to be fair, he has the pace. He is a very, very, very quick driver, very accomplished driver as well. I mean, he was 1.8 off the pack. He's now 6/10. So that was in 3 corners. Formula W is still on the push. Who was that went wide? Smith went a little bit wide. He's now lost to Friddy as well as Formula W. And Formula W was really on a charge before the pit phase. Friddy is battling with Smith still. Smith will have the warm-up on the mediums. Well, like I said, they don't always tend to warm up very quickly, and all over the back of GTS as well already. But no DRS this time round. It will come apparent very soon. Jules on Rassam in the background. And that's going to be a little bit, that's no DRS. That is pure grip, pure straight line speed and battery use. But Rassam not giving this one up, does eventually give it. But Jules having a little bit of a sniff at the other Alpine, had to back out of it. Was a bit late, as Mike Brunner said. Day late and $1 short, had to back out, but he's still pushing on Jules. He's going to go the outside through turn 4. There's contact. There's a wingman plate missing for Jules. I don't think Vitelso would have seen him coming and expected him to go there and be that close. But that was big contact. Oh,
that's never good to hear.
No, and there's damage as well. Vitelso's missing an end plate. No, he isn't. I thought he was. Is somebody else missing an end plate? I don't know if Rassam was. There was somebody. I saw a little bit of carbon fibre still flying, but it wasn't. Formula W is okay, so it's just Jules. What about Smith? Is he missing? Nope. Not sure who it was, but yeah, Jules as well. He's pit, and Single Track and Loppy have had a problem. So have Vans as well. Calvin's out to 17th. They've had a few get-togethers. And Sose is now in DRS or Bobo. And it's all going off up and down the field. This is going to be tough to keep hold of, isn't it?
Really is. I think Ant needs to make some positions as well. He's got Formula crawling all over his back end.
Yeah, he needs to get through on GTS, but GTS all over the back of Nels at this point. And those mediums, yes, we've had a couple of laps on the safety car, but they're not going to be feeling too good. Well, look at Ant. He is so close to the back of the Aston Martin. GTS can't make anything. This could be status quo for another lap, unless we see a few of the Max Verstappen-esque duels for 3 seconds. I think that's just pushing and having that damage to the front wing, the downforce not being there. But yeah, they've dropped 1.5 seconds, 1.6, and this is going to be really costly in the middle sector. GTS goes very wide. That's going to really hamper him and lose a lot of speed. And he's got, look at Ant and Formula all over the back of him now, and Friddy's joining this battle.
They really need to get through soon, or this is going to turn chaotic.
It really will. There's a yellow flag.
The problem is,
that's dumb as Hornet. It is.
GTS has got the DRS as well, so they're going to have to sort of get Nels about the same time.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? We're going to keep an eye on these gaps. GTS is quite close to Nels. It seems like he's going to have the move done. Where's Ant? There he is. Is he close enough? Oh, that might have been a tiny, tiny tap, but he's going to have the drive through turn 2. We're looking on the back from the Aston. I don't think Ant's got it, but I tell you what, he's trying to go into turn 2. Late move as he got the inside line, gets the car stopped and rotated, and Formula follows through as well. What a move from Formula. I think Nels just had to go wide. Wow, we were looking too far back, to be fair, but that looked incredible move. So now
Formula's all over Ant.
He is, isn't he? I mean, he had that good pace early on, didn't he? And when he got through on his teammate, and now he's doing it on Ant, and Ant's got fresher tyres. They'll now be warm as well, and fresher than GTS, and they just have that little extra bit of grip. And it's going to be interesting to see if they can close, I think, on the top 2 now, and when everybody pits, those that didn't pit.
This is going to be GTS's problem now. He doesn't have the DRS defence.
Yeah, he's just going to hope that those medium tyres are just going to start dropping off. Even though we've been in the safety car, he's just going to hope that they start falling off, and he's got the overall pace. But he's just dropped. He went a little bit wide through the second last corner, and that's just put Ant all over the back. I think this is going to be an easy move, such as we saw last time on the GTSs, and he does.
Is Formula going to follow, or is it?
Oh, he's having a look on the inside. That was late, but got the car stop. GTS had to sort of avoid it. But wow, that was late on the brakes. But hit the apex. In fairness, he got the apex.
He did. That was very, very good from him.
That was incredible braking from Formula. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, he hit the apex. He didn't force GTS wide. I'd say that's a hard but fair move. In all honesty, I'm not in the stewards anymore, but I've done it for long enough to know.
I am, and I didn't see much fault in that, unless I don't think it'll get reported. I don't think there was anything in that.
No, I think GTS started to turn, but saw him late. And there was 2 seconds, that gap. It's now 6/10. Oh, Formula 3 seconds. Oh, that was a bit twitchy through the middle sector there. But look at how much Ant has closed already. And Kesa is struggling to keep that 1 second. This is going to be tight for Kesa to keep that 1 second.
He seems to have it in the last couple of corners.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? And I'm not sure where the detection is. I think it's before the last corner, isn't it?
I think it's around the Max Verstappen pirouette spot. Although
yeah,
Ant's probably going to nail him here anyway.
He did, didn't he? What a drive he got from the final corner. They both got the DRS. Ant on the inside's going to be close on the braking. These two... actually, I think these two were commentary teammates, but Formula as well is having a look at the Ferrari. Can't quite make it. Soze on the inside. Is Formula going to try on the outside? Not quite close enough. Is he going to try the switchback though? Oh, Soze wide. And round the outside of turn 3. It is the cash out. Formula is up. Wow.
He's pulling off moves that you don't even think are possible.
Yeah, I mean, to hold it on the outside there and not go wide. I mean, it's credit to Steve. He is a great racer. He is a very fair racer. A lot of will to wheel with him this season and last few seasons. So I know he is good and he is very fair. But that was fantastic racing. Friddy's now getting interested. Oh, his Formula goes very wide. Through 9, you don't want to be doing that too often. But Ant now, what's he going to do about Bobo? This is going to be close, isn't it? This is just...
I think he's going to have to take him because of how close Formula is.
That's it, but Formula's not hanging around. Every time Ant makes a move, Formula is doing it a couple of corners later, if not the same time as we saw.
The problem is, once Ant takes Bobo, he doesn't have DRS defence anymore.
That is true. That is a very, very good point. But he'll have the clean air. Bobo's the first one to go defensive. The people that he's passed, but Bobo, we know, is a very hard racer, very fast driver, very fair racer as well. Takes a lot of the inside curve, but leaves room. And just at the grip that he got the traction. But Bobo's having a look at the inside. Is he going to have a look? He's not quite. He's pushing the McLaren round. And this time Formula wasn't able to get through. But now then, what can Ant do with this lap? Can he bridge a bit of a gap to Bobo that will then help him defend against Formula? Formula, I think he's going to try it into the chicane. Is he having a little look? He wasn't quite close enough. He looked like he was out of 5. He looked like he was going to have a go, but decided against it.
It's a tough move there. If you're trying to get it done through the middle of the track, I think turn 12 was your best option. Yeah,
you mentioned that earlier, didn't you? That turn 12 is quite a good one to have a look at.
It's not easy to pull off. It's easier in the wet, to be honest.
Didn't it used to be a short DRS straight, that straight?
I don't recall it.
I don't know, I seem to have
I recall a time when that straight didn't actually exist.
Oh yeah, it had a chicane or something in the middle. Oh, who was that? That's a Red Bull, that was Jules. Had a big moment. He's still got the wing damage and lost a few places, save you up to 8th. We've been so focused on the front. Formula has got the DRS. Is he going to go around the outside? Bobo on the inside. Oh, that's a bit of a squeeze. Oh, a bit of a kick though. That was fair though. He had got a bit of a kick. That was no fault. Bobo managed to hold off. He's going to try around the outside of turn 2. Friddy's looking interested. Friddy's hoping what he can do there. There's wheel locking as well. Turn 3, side by side. There's wheel banging again. I think Bobo went a little bit wide because of it. The wheel to wheel. They're still touching. Bobo's not giving this one in. Formula W now gets it round the outside of turn 4. Wow, that was incredible.
What a section of racing that was.
Jeez, I mean, there was a little bit of wheel banging. The wheels locked as well. They exited turn 2. The first bit of contact was oversteer, and I think that was. I think they'll just write that off to battle. To be honest. Oh, Formula, big skip through turn 9. That might be another warning. Oh, he's sliding around already, but he's lost 3 seconds to Ant now through that battle with Bobo.
Ant will be loving that. That's a nice cushion to have if he can keep it.
That's it. We've seen how quick he is, but that's now Friddy also looking interested on Bobo, but Bobo's going to have the DRS this time around as well to try and defend. Let's go a bit further back. Rassam Kaiser has now pit, lap 13, so he's done 11 racing laps on those tyres, which is about right. So lap 15, we've started now.
Yeah, the bit where I was saying that straight didn't exist, where the timing line is roughly for the start of Sector 3, the track used to cut off to the right and come out in what is now turn 13.
Oh, wait, okay.
So that corner never actually existed.
Ah.
It was added, I can't remember what year, but it was definitely added.
Wow, okay.
Like around the time Damon Hill did his 97 I drive in one gear.
Oh, yeah.
The track was completely different. I mean, if you go back far enough, where you come out of turn 2, there used to be a bit of a chicane there before you went up the hill for turn 4.
Yes, they did. It was, and wasn't there a chicane from turn 4 because there was it was over a brook, wasn't it? As they were building it, I'm sure there was a stream that it's named after. I'm sure there was. I could be wrong. I'm sure it's this track that there was a stream.
Not too sure on that.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board with somebody because you see a bit of extra track, and I'm sure there was a chicane that when they were building it, they uncovered a brook underground stream, and they had to sort of bypass it a little bit and then reroute the stream in later years. Friddy is looking interested now on Bobo. Bobo goes defensive, keeps ahead, was able to pull back to the line. Pardon me. And now let's have a look. Friddy, Bobo's still keeping hold of his tyres really well. Maybe looking for the one stop. He's pushing on through turn 2, lock up, Friddy trying to switch back, trying to keep out of the dirty air. Yeah, this part of the track there, you can see it turns to the right. I think that's where it was. But Friddy just holding back now. Bobo's lost 2 seconds to Formula, who's now dropped an extra bit to Ant. So Ant seems to have the pace at this moment in time, but how long can they keep the tyres? Soze pit, he's now in 13th, but has a 4-second clean air to Loppy. Further back, single tracks pit again. We've had Jules further down, has now repaired his front wing, but on the mediums, I don't think they'll go to the end. It'd be hard if they did. But quite a difference in strategies further through the field, haven't we? Dan's still out there, he hasn't pit, currently in 15th. But yeah, quite a bit of a jumble up, isn't there now?
Yeah, definitely. I've just sent you the pictures of what the track used to look like.
Let's have a quick look at that.
I think it was 86 till 88 the first version, 89 till 02 was the second version, and then it's been like this since 2003.
That's the bottom one I was talking about. That turn 3 was the chicane over the brook.
Yeah.
That was the brook. Yeah, it was. And I now see what you mean about that last sector. Yeah, it came in quite early, didn't it, to avoid, so...
Yeah, and it used to cut across, and now it comes straight down, and it has a proper turn 12.
Yeah, it certainly does.
So they added an extra corner on by the way it was done.
Yeah, they did.
I only realised about the chicane because I turned the TV on the other night, and it was naturally on the Formula 1 channel. And they were showing an old race from the 80s, I believe it was. Senna was in a Lotus.
Oh, wow.
And it had the chicane in it. It was the 86 one.
Oh, very cool.
And I'm like, what's that? Oh, yeah, it used to have a chicane.
Yeah.
On the way to turn 4.
Yeah.
Well, what is now turn 4? It would have been turn 6.
Yeah, so that was the brook that they uncovered that they had, and yeah, they've now rerouted it so it's just a bit straighter now through turn 3. But looking at this battle, we're on board. We're still following Rassam in the middle of this battle. Friddy has lost a bit of time. Formula actually closed the gap and has now lost about an extra second to Ant. But Friddy losing a bit of time Now he's through on Bobo. Bobo just outside the DRS. I think this time round he is. But he's got Rassam for company, and then Xavier and Mahmudev not far away. Calvin as well on the charge back. So this is going to get very, very tasty indeed. Rassam trying to go around the outside of turn 1. Has he got the grip? Has he got the power? He certainly does, and it looks like he's made the move now back up to 4th. And Bobo just trying to hold on to the tyres as much as he possibly can, but they're not going to be feeling good, are they now, those mediums? He's done the whole race on them.
Yeah, definitely. Martin's not having a very good race either.
No,
he's going to have to get a hurry on, or he's going to end up getting lapped.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah, Hansen.
I think he must be on fairly fresh tyres though. He's catching Dummest Hornet.
Yeah, he has just pit again. He's on fresh hard tyres, so
he's definitely running to the end now.
Yeah, he should be.
And
yeah.
The front guys are on 13 lap hard, so they should start to phase off soon.
Yep, they look like they will be pitting, I think, soon. And this is going to be where Bobo's going to be there then, on strategy, because he's going to have to pit in the next lap or two. He's got Xavier for company, and we've seen many battles in Tier 1 with these two in the last season or so. As they're battling at the top end, GTS joins the 3-second club. Let's have a quick look at those penalties. A few drivers now. Formula got one very early on. GTS for 3 seconds. Jules, Dan and Vitalso all on 3 seconds. But I'll tell you what, Xavier's looking racy. Mahmudev as well. Look at him in the Haas. So close. Whoa, Xavier had to keep on going to the inside. Mahmudev's having to think about it. Sort of backs out a little bit as it puts his nose into 1, but can't quite do it. But he got the traction on the exit. We know Bobo's strong from turn 1 down to turn 2 on the brakes. Bobo on the inside line, little lock up. Can Mahmudev hold it on the outside into turn 3? He got the inside line and he does make it. And now he's got Calvin for company. That's going to be a fun one as well, isn't it? Those two with Calvin.
Yeah, and Calvin. I remember when Calvin first joined us, Collins Owl, and he was in Tier 3 and not particularly quick. Now look at him, he's having a look into
the chicane. He's backed it into the chicane and makes the move. What a move! And Formula's actually got another penalty. He's on 6 seconds, but Calvin got the run from turn 5 into 6. Popped his nose. He was alongside at the braking and in the apex and makes the move. Calvin, what a move that is. That's probably, well, I don't know if there's been enough good racing, but that's up there.
That was a good move. It's not very often you can get a move done into the chicane.
No, it isn't, is it? That was Max Verstappen. S just really placed his car there. Bobo tried to hold it and couldn't really do it. I think Bobo is now, Bobo's in the pits. He's had enough. Jules with a 3 second. He's on 6 now.
There's a few penalties racking up, but a lot of the field has stayed speeding. Clean. Oh, wow.
Oh, the man who was... Oh, that's desperate. He's going to have to serve that at the end of the race. There's 15 more laps to go. Wow.
What can he do in 15 laps to try and negate that?
I mean, with the pace he's shown, he held a lot of people up for quite a while there. So, you know...
Well, he's about to come out behind a big pack.
Where is he? There he is. Let's have a look. There he is.
Which is, what, Nels down to Jules.
Yeah, it is. And they're battling hard, aren't they? So, with a lot... Well, Jules on 5 lap mediums. He'll have to pit soon. GTS can go to the end. He's just pit. And Loppy will have to pit soon. Look at the two Aston Martins close. GTS does go through. I think Loppy has now let the viewers through. He's let Jules through as well. Or he just had a bad run. So Bobo, yeah, is behind this pack. And that's going to be a tall order. But Sosa's still there in 8th. He's kind of on his own. He has pit a few laps ago. Will he be able to take those 20 laps the hards? I don't think they'll feel good to the end, but it is a possibility.
What age are Jules' tyres? Because he seems to be a bit slidey.
5
Only
laps.
5 laps.
Yeah, on the mediums. Rassam now pits. He's the first of that bunch ahead to pit. So that's going to be interesting to see where he comes out. I think it's about 20 seconds. He might come out. He's gone to intermediates. Are we have got rain. We're on board with Calvin, and there are rain spots. We've got the rain coming.
So we have.
Oh, this could be genius. This could be tragic for Bobo, but this could be genius for Rassam. Is it a lap early, though?
It's not going to do him a lot of good, that's for sure.
No, it won't.
Certainly not wet enough for him at the moment. He's going to have to be really careful.
Yeah, he certainly is. He'll lose a lot of time this lap, and he is already...
I bet Bobo is absolutely gutted. He held out and held out and held out.
Yeah, he did. Just didn't quite come in time. Evening to EMR in the chat. Lovely to have you with us. Wow, this is going to be tough for Rassam. I think it's just that lap early. I mean, it is normally the lap that the ERS is disabled, but it's timing that right. If it becomes disabled and you're in sector 1, it hurts.
You cry.
Yeah, you do, don't you? If you're in this round here, if you're where Kaiser is turn 12, it's perfect. You just say, yep, that is it. Now I'm in. But it's just waiting, isn't it? Now, so yeah, Rassam is just losing players hand over fist, and it's going to hurt massively when it does come, because the dry tyres still the tyres to be on. Interestingly, Dan still hasn't pit, so kudos to him. He's still going round. He's in 16th, but he's still going on. Loppy is now pit, so it's going to be interesting to see what tyres he goes on to. Nobody else yet, and there's a few gaps have formed. It's only this Jules battle with Bobo. Bobo got through on Jules and through all of that. But fresh tyres, he's going to be trying to just use, I think, what Bobo just going to try and use whatever he can. Yeah, Loppy on inters as well.
Take as much out of them fresher tyres as you can. Make up what you can and then hope for the best, I guess, now.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, they'll go to the end if the rain doesn't come. And that's the question, if it doesn't come hard enough. It doesn't. We're not seeing a lot. We're seeing the dribbles and the drops on screen, but it's not properly raining. It doesn't seem to be raining on the track. We're not seeing the track change the colours that we used to when it does get wet. The drivers will feel it, and I think at the minute it'll probably be more, as I mentioned, I was going to say it's more of a psychological thing, but Jules sort of hanging on to that middle sector to his worn medium tyres, but Bobo's pushing on, using the grip, trying to go on the outside of turn 13, pardon me, and he's got the inside line into the final corner, pardon me. Wow, side by side with Nels, this is great racing, and he's got the DRS. Surely he'll get the move done this time round, and he does. Wow, that was a heck of a move. You don't see side by side action around there very often.
No, it's not an easy corner to go side by side, that's for sure.
No, it certainly isn't. Definitely not. It's probably some of the faster corners on this track. Calvin's still battling with Mamudev. So their tyre is 18 lap old. I think they're just going to try to hold out. We are seeing a little bit more rain, but it's not really showing, as I mentioned, on track. This is, like I say, you'll see it on the visor, and they'll feel it through the car and the tyres as they drop off. It'll just be amplifying the slide that they've got. I think my comrade has had a few technical issues. He seems to have gone quiet there.
No, I'm alright.
Oh,
I just had a sneeze.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm
muted. I didn't want to do it on screen.
No, absolutely. I'll keep hiccuping and things. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight.
This track is starting. Well, the rain is definitely getting heavier.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? But it's not getting that heavy. Oh, who's that that's gone round? I think it's Vitalso. It is.
Single track's now gone to intermediates.
I think he's just having a tough race, so I didn't think he had much to lose at this point.
Usually he's a good one for gauging off, though.
He is, isn't he? That's a very good point. Yeah, very attuned with the conditions, is Martin.
I've usually gauged it off Martin, and it tends to pay off.
Yeah, you're not a million miles off, are you? That's absolutely right. Rassam's pit again. Oh, that's hard for Rassam. That's just such bad luck for him. What tyres is he going to? He's gone back to the hards. So I wonder if that rain's only a light shower. Well, that's an interesting one. Dan's finally pit. He's put a set of medium tyres on. So I wonder if this is just a light shower and it's not going to get any heavier. Because we're not seeing people dive in the pits.
Possible.
Martin is a lap down now, but he is on fresh inters. So, no, Dan's put the inters on. Sorry, I thought it was mediums that Dan put on. He has put the inters. But Talso's gone for mediums. So, I honestly don't know what to call this. You're right about the rain. It's there. We can see it, but it's not getting heavier. So it's an interesting one, and now with 8.6 seconds. Calvin with the DRS still enabled, gets the move done on Mamudev up into 5th on the comeback after that treacherous first corner. He was last, don't forget, after the first corner, pitted under the safety car, and is now pushing on back up to 5th position, really showing his pace again. He's now got Xavier 2.8 ahead, and his teammate, unfortunately, is coming up to lap. I don't think Martin will make this too difficult for him. He knows the rules. Well, Martin created half the rules, to be fair.
This is true.
Yeah, he did in the early days. And now, yes, so Xavier is actually closing as well on Friddy. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Friddy, he's still up there, isn't he? And that gap's just minding his own business. About 2.5 who's... Oh, that's just Martin slowing down. Vitalso having a problem, so single tracks through on the Alpine. Thomas Hornet pitting.
The Alpine that's recently pitted for fresh mediums as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Dumas decides to do. He's in the pits. I wonder if he's going to take some mediums again. He managed to take those 15 laps. So the cooler temperature's helping the tyre wear that little bit more.
He's got inters.
He has got inters. It doesn't look like it's getting wetter though. It doesn't look. Let's go right on board with Xavier. I mean,
Mahmoudev's peeling in the pits. I'm going to see what he's doing.
Yeah, please do. That's a good shout. But I mean, the rain is definitely there. It's coming quite heavily, but it just... I mean, as Xavier gets a kick of oversteer outside of turn
He's
one.
going to mediums, is Mahmoudev.
Yeah, I think it's because of the fact that, I mean, Xavier's struggling for grip, but he's been on those tyres 21 laps, so he is going to struggle now. I just think...
It's that weird crossover point where
it is, yeah.
Intermediates and the dry tyres are about as quick as each other. Some will be quick on certain parts, some will be quick on others. But the intermediates are going to burn out, but then the dry tyres are going to struggle for grip in certain parts. It's like, which way do you go?
Absolutely, yeah, it is, isn't it? Now Bobo, he had to take, he took that pit stop, and we've got the 10-second penalty, but he got through on Nels and has sped off into the distances on the back of GTS once again, with Kesa Soze, the Ferrari ahead. This is a battle. Look at the tyre difference: 6 and 7 laps for Bobo, GTS 11 laps for Soze. So a little bit fresher. They'll have a bit more overall confidence in those tyres, and Bobo definitely is now looking like a man on a mission. But we look at, actually, Calvin's dropped about 0.6 of a second to Xavier, who's got a few tenths to Friddy. Oh, GTS is out after spin! Second last corner, that's so easily done, isn't it, out there?
Oh yes, the Max Verstappen pirouette spot.
He certainly did. He did the same thing. Absolutely. Right, so
yeah, I'm not convinced this is really good. It's coming heavier.
It is. Bobo got the run through turn 2, makes the move on Soze. It is coming heavier, you're right. I think the next few laps are going to be very telling, because we've got the top 5 who have not pitted. But we've got 7 more laps to go.
The track's getting a little bit darker lap after lap, but is it going to get bad enough? Vitalso's got past single track again. So that proves the dries are currently the quicker tyre. Jules has pitted and put on fresh intermediates.
Interesting.
We've got from 15th down, apart from Vitalso, everybody's on intermediates.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye, but we've seen Jules as being quite quick. I know he's had a few excursions and a few bits of damage, but Jules is a quick driver, so is Loppy. It's going to be interesting to see those gaps that Jules has got to Vance, because we know Vance is a very quick driver as well. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. It's now 6.3, it has actually just increased slightly, but once those tyres come into temperature, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Now Formula's made a big mistake somewhere on this lap. Friddy and Xavier are now right with him. Formula has a 6-second penalty, don't forget, but now Friddy, Xavier on the tail of the V-Carb. We missed what happened.
Formula's looking very slow at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he must have had a big moment, because the gaps were about 3 or 4 seconds. Oh, as Xavier goes very wide through turn 4. Don't want to do that too often. Friddy using the inside curb of 5. Don't want to use that too much either. That's a car killer, that one. That's a pirouette corner.
It's not as bad as it used to be, though.
No, it's not really. That was just...
That curb used to be death. As soon as you touched it, you were gone.
It did, didn't it? It was horrible, wasn't it? It was treacherous. But for me, yeah, he's now dropped a lot of time. This is just music to Ant. He can try to bring it home unless it gets worse. We'll have to keep an eye on it. There's a Ferrari there. That'll be done. Those gents are coming up to lap. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on this because you're right, the track's just getting a little bit. The rain isn't really, it's increasing slightly with intensity. Jules is retired.
Jules is out.
He's in the pits. And left the session. Not sure what happened there, what that was about. So let's have a look. Friddy on the Formula. DRS into turn 1. Takes a lot of the inside curve. That's going to be difficult to get the traction down. Is he going to get the wing open? He does once he's got the traction, but Formula is on the inside line. Has he got the grip on the outside? Friddy not quite defends, and then we've got a lapped Alpine that's not making it easy for them.
Drag
Alpine.
King's in the pits. Let's see what he's doing.
Yeah, that Alpine definitely needs to move out the way. I think it's a lapped
Fresh
car.
mediums.
Yeah, it's I think the better
That
shout.
doesn't make much sense. It was on like 10 lap hards.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, the top 5 are all on 24 lap hards, which proves they go quite well.
They are a little bit. We've seen
If they
a few.
finish this race, they're going to be on about 30 laps.
Yeah, they are. This Alpine is really causing a few problems for Formula Friddy and Xavier because it's got the blue flags are there, but he's just not. He's going defensive. He's actually racing them, and these guys are racing for the podium as well. That Alpine really causing a lot of problems, not adhering to the blue flags and the rules as well. That may get looked at by the stewards afterwards because you do have to give way. I've seen a lot of the other drivers, but the Alpine is not doing it.
Calvin's pitting.
Oh yes, he is, isn't he? But I tell you what, Friddy got the better drive though, and now he's gone through on Formula, got the move done into turn 1. And he gets through. Is he going to have the traction? Now the Alpine goes wide and has now lost just the places now. But now Friddy is through into second. Xavier all over the back of his teammate.
Calvin's gone back to his 4 lap mediums.
Yeah, well, we said I wondered if they would go back to that later on, because of the early pit stop. So interesting to do that. I think they'll have plenty of life with 5 more laps to go. They should be okay.
It's put him 14 seconds behind Kaiser though. How much can he actually make up?
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. I mean, Bobo has 13 seconds of penalties. Formula has 6. So that's going to help Kaiser and Mahmudev dramatically.
And he spun!
Oh no!
Well, half spin, turn 3.
Yep, just got back to him. Yep, Seb Mail. I tell you what, he's had a quiet race, Seb Mail, but he's doing well. He's in 9th. No penalties to his name.
Nels has gone in for softs.
5 laps, they'll do that.
Easily.
Yeah, that's a good call, actually. I quite like that. I wonder if Calvin didn't have any left.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Xavier threw on his teammate and now chasing Friddy down. This is a battle for the podium, and 15 seconds ahead. He can bring that home. There's a Ferrari, and that was Vitalso's gone round, I think, in the lapped Alpine it was, who didn't move, but that's who's the Ferrari? I think that was Dan, but he got lapped. No problem. I think that's Dan.
I think it is Dan because he's ghosted.
Yep, it was Dan. But that's okay, no problem. He let the guys through. So, now then, battle for the podium. Xavier, we've seen him get very slidey in the last couple of laps. Formula W's tyres seem to have dropped off. He's now 2.3 further back with a hefty penalty. So this could be, again, joyous for Kaiser and Mahmudev. They could get, wow, Xavier through turn 5. How he kept that on the straight now, I have no idea. Really, really struggling for grip. I wouldn't be surprised if he pits soon.
I would like to know what their tyre wear actually is on at the moment.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't. Calvin, 3 seconds for Calvin.
Well, I wouldn't like to be driving it, but I would like to know what the tyre wear actually is.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, I wouldn't like to be in their shoes. Absolutely not. I mean, Ant is well up the road. And we know how clean he is on his tyres. Formula's had a big, big moment somewhere. Oh, there's almost Mahmudev having a little look in the second last corner. We've got a kick in the way. But look at this Formula, struggling for the grip. Mamudev, 5-lap-old medium's going to have a lot more grip. Around the outside of the final corner, got the move done. Oh, that was a crazy move for Mamudev, but great move. That's got a lot more grip on it. So now he's only 1 second behind Bulbo. This could be 4th place for Mamudev. And so is not far behind as well. Single Track's retired in the pits. He was a few laps, I think a lap or so down. Vitalso's in the pits as well.
Oh, well, Single Track will be alright. I checked the rules last night on this, and it's a lap down and within 5 of the end, and you can retire.
Yeah, which is fine. He was out of the points. So
it
yeah,
used to be
fine.
a lap down and 2 from the end, so I was like, we need to look at this. Then I found the rules, and it was, it's 5 from the end now.
Yeah, which
it was a new driver, so I sent him the rules anyway.
Oh yeah, who Single Track was? Ah
no. No, the one I was investigating last night. Single Track's not a new driver. He started this whole thing.
He did 5 years or so years ago, 5.5 I think it was, years ago. Well, I started over 5 years back, so yeah, quite a long time back, and it's been going since.
4 for me, I think.
Yeah, I was started 20. Oh no, I was started 20. I can't remember when it was. Started 21.
2020, wasn't it?
Started 21. I started.
August 21 I started.
Yeah, I was January 21 I think it was.
So when it was still on 2020, you were in the Renault, weren't you?
I was a Renault man. Which was ironic because I worked for Renault at the time. Formula 2 directors. Yeah, so I quite enjoyed that.
Some things are just made to happen.
It was, wasn't it? Absolutely. So Formula W does now pit. So he's going to come out battling with Calvin, who I think has got that 3-second penalty. To see what tyres Formula uses. It's the Inters. Okay, interesting. Couple laps from the end, intermediate tyres. Bobo now battling with Saviour and Mamudev. I've seen Bobo, he's got a big penalty, but we've seen how fast he has been this. Well, so that doesn't help though. Going very wide through turn 4, Dan with a 3-second penalty. He's still going though, which is great to see. Absolutely fantastic to see for Dan. But now a proper mix of tyres, and we've got some people on very, very hard tyres trying to make that one stop work for them. Some people on 2, some people on 3. I don't know. Let's have a quick. Oh, Saviour, 3 seconds.
Yeah, he just got a bit leery in the middle sector. It's like every corner his back end is just trying to overtake him.
He is, isn't he? That is not a nice V car at all. Mamudev's done 2 stops. He's there in 5th, so worked those tyres very well indeed. And it's got through just on traction through 12 on the mediums, just on traction alone. What's he going to do about Saviour? Vitelso is also retired from the session.
Saviour is literally playing Hungary drift right now.
He is. We're riding on board with Mamudev. He's got nothing, Saviour. He's just hoping and praying these next 2 laps just count so quickly. Mamudev, tell you what, Bobo's having a little sneaky look as well on the inside of Mamudev. I think there was a little bit of contact. Mamudev's going to have the traction, I think. Bobo, yep, got the kick. He's on the grass. Saviour had to avoid. He's on the grass. These drivers just holding and hoping. Mamudev up to 3rd.
That was a bit of a genius move for him to pit. It's not working out for Calvin though.
Where is Calvin? There he is. No, it isn't, is it? He's not really doing.
He's not really gaining anything on Kaiser.
No, he's not. So yep, left the session. So 2 more laps to go. Friddy's actually closed the gap a little bit by about a second to Ant, who's just trying to bring the car home at this moment in time. So once he got through Ant, he's just been imperious. He just disappeared off, didn't he, from everyone, and he's just showing everybody this is what he can do. And it's going to be another victory for the Tyre Whisperer, the multinational Tyre Whisperer here in Tier 0. But Mamudev has got some pace now. He's got Bobo for company still. The Saviour is just holding on. But those penalties, I'm going to go back to them. Soze could get 4th here. If he closes in the next lap or so, he needs 0.8 of a second, and he could get that 3 seconds to Saviour.
The way Saviour's driving, it's possible.
It is. Look at this, Mamudev trying on the outside of Friddy. He's now into 2nd. I don't know if Friddy had the moment, but Mamudev now into 2nd place. What a drive this has been.
The only thing I think that's pretty locked in is that Ant's going to win.
Yeah,
unless his tyre explodes.
Yeah, but that is really raining now. Look at it on the track. This is just a hope and pray for all the drivers that they've got some grip left, and those on those hard tyres. Look at Mamoudev through turn 4, drifting round it. Oh, this is nerve-wracking, I'm sure, for every single driver. Just trying to make it now to the end, trying not to get any more penalties. Formula W's got 6 seconds. He could drop down to 10th the way it's working out at the moment for him. Kissos needs only a couple of tenths now. He's nearly there to that 3 second for Xavier. He's there into that 3 second. This could be 4th for Kesasoze, but it's going to be Ant coming round the second last corner. He disappeared into the distance. He's looked after his tyres, and Ant has come round the final corner to win once again. Tier 0 in the wet here in Hungary. Ant takes the win. Mamoudev, what a two-stop strategy that has been for him. Had to make the moves, had to work for it, but it's going to be second place for Mamoudev. Friddy is going to be third, and we're going to wait for the penalties to kick in, because I think it's going to be Kesa who's getting 4th. It is. Xavier will take 5th. Bobo will take 6th after all said and done. And this is a little battle. Calvin will be in 7th. He's had a tough race, had to really work to get that 7th place, but well done to Calvin. Formula W, I think he's going to lose out to Rassam. He is. So Rassam will be 8th. Formula W will be in 9th. Seb Mail, great race from him. Just kept his nose clean. Did what he had to do. 10th for Seb Mail. GTS will be in 11th. And then Smith is coming around the final sector now, but he's got Vans very close. And Vans could pinch that 12th place, I think, from him now. Got 2 corners left.
I think he probably will.
I think he's going to just pinch it as he comes on the final corner, drifting, holding on to it. The car, then that Mercedes, there's the Red Bull behind. So it is going to be Vans takes 12th from Smith. Nels is coming across the line. He will take 14th. And then Loppy, the final man on the lead lap, will take the final point scoring place in 15th with Dumas Hornet, and Dan a lap down. Well, that was a bit twitchy towards the end, wasn't it?
Definitely. The rain got there in the end, but it was like the last lap.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, congratulations to those who tried that one stop to hold the tyres to the end. That takes some guts, doesn't it? That takes some very good control.
Yeah, I don't think I'd fancy that.
No, me neither. Me neither. Congratulations, and on the win, Mamoudev and Friddy on the podium. What a race that is. We're going to skip the podium celebration so we can see the race winner is, and fastest lap for Jules in the end. Driver of the day of Mamoudev, most overtakes for Calvin, and Rassam was the cleanest driver. So here are your provisional results, with Ant on the top step of the podium. Mamoudev takes 2nd with Friddy in 3rd. Kesa Soze in 4th. Xavier in 5th with Bobo in 6th. Calvin in 7th. Difficult day for him with Rassam in 8th. Formula W 9th with Seb Mail in 10th. Then GTS in 11th. Vans 12th. Smith in 13th. Nels 14th. And Loppy in 15th. Dumas Hornet out the points 16th with Dan in 17th. DNFs with Vitalso, Single Track and Jules. Mr. Simba, who would you pick, my friend, for your driver of the day this evening? Tricky one, isn't it?
It really is. I'm not sure on that one.
I know. I mean, we've got Ant with a superior drive, absolutely incredible drive. But Mamoudev came through the park, had to make the 2-stop work. We've got a few people, you know, it's a tough one, real tough one this evening. Yeah, I couldn't really give it a thing, to be honest.
I'm not sure where to go on that one.
No.
Let's just have a quick look at the results again. Just want to.
I'm sorry. I think I'm going to give it to the podium boys, because they made the strategy work. Mamoudev especially had the 2-stop, came through and fought his way through for 2nd place. I can't really differentiate between all three of them, at least.
Yeah, the game gave it to Mamoudev, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's between probably Mamoudev and Kaiser and Bobo. They were really good gainers, but I think I'm going to give it to Mamoudev.
Yeah, it's not a bad call.
I do appreciate the other podium sitters though managing a one stop. That is not easy.
No, especially with those conditions towards, like, for, well, at least the last 10 laps or so, wasn't it? That was really tricky conditions. So, yep, Mama Dev, for you, I think I'm going to have to split it, to be fair. I can't make a decision.
I mean, Aaron gets a special mention because he did Lando Norris, won the race in a McLaren.
Absolutely.
Love to see a McLaren winning.
Every time. Not that we're biased, but we are. All that's left to say, folks, is thank you, Mark. Thank you very much for joining me, bringing the M&Ms back together once again. It's been great fun, as always, my man.
Yeah, not a problem. I'm sure we'll do it again at some point.
Yeah, we certainly will. We certainly will. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for this week. We'll be back in a few days' time where we, as we mentioned, are in Texas. We're in the circuit of the Americas in the US of A. So please do join us Monday at 7 p.m. for Tier 2 action. We look forward to seeing you then. Have a lovely weekend and have a lovely night. Good night.